Hi everyone, I hope that you're having a wonderful day. I wanted to begin today by telling you a joke that I heard, which is kind of one of my favorites. The other day ago, I was having bacon and eggs, and I was considering what is the difference between the chicken and the pig in a bacon and egg breakfast. The answer would be that the chicken is involved, but the pig is truly committed. You know, that kind of a lame joke, but I think that it really got me thinking about what it means to be committed. Very oftentimes in my life, and I think in many of our lives, we can be involved in our faith. We can be involved in our relationship with God and in our relationship with our brothers and sisters. But I think that Jesus calls us to be truly committed, to be men and women truly of the gospel. In our Franciscan tradition, we have Saint Maximilian Kolbe. And he saw this commitment, which is this sacrificial love of God, that God truly was not only involved in our lives, involved in our salvation, but was truly committed to it, to the point of giving up his only begotten Son, Jesus, to die on the cross. This love of Jesus stopped at nothing and went all the way to giving of his own life up on the cross, a true commitment. And Jesus tells us today, follow me, to the point of this sacrificial love of truly being committed to our faith, to giving up our whole lives up to God and to this love that we have encountered from God. And St. Maximilian Kolbe saw this sacrificial love and lived it in his own life. Many stories from his own life of how he was a man of service, a man of commitment, a man of this self-sacrificial love, right to the point of death. That in Auschwitz, he gave up his own life so that others can live. And I love the stories, and actually being there and really seeing this was really a touching experience for me, of seeing that starvation bunker where many people during the Second World War in Auschwitz would have been crying for help, would have been in despair. It was really a place of hatred and a lack of hope. And St. Maximilian Kolbe, because he was committed and truly knew this sacrificial love of God, how he was saved, was singing the praises of God and really brought this faith and hope to so many people at that moment in Auschwitz during this time of great hatred and death. We look to St. Maximilian Kolbe as an example of a disciple of our Lord who gave up his own life. And we're called today to ask ourselves, are we truly committed to our faith, to the point of giving up our lives for what we believe in? Maybe we'll never actually be a martyr like St. Maximilian Kolbe, but each and every day we're called to be committed. We're called to not only be involved, be a disciple, be loving when it's good for us, when it's convenient for us, but when it truly calls us to have suffering, to go out of our comfort zone, to love those whom we may not love easily, those who get on our nerves. We're called to be men and women of sacrifice, a sacrificial love, because God has truly been committed to our relationship, to our salvation. He loves us. And let us look to St. Maximilian as an example of what it means to be truly committed to the gospel. Please continue to follow us on YouTube, on our social media pages. Hope that you all have a great week. God bless.